I basically have two tool bags that I use on a day-to-day basis, and one is my just general carpentry tools and lock fitting tools, and the other one is my lockout bag. Rear screwdriver, got all your bits in there. Yeah, I love this thing. I literally will use this daily. This end can come out as well and go into your drill if you want it to, so that's that. Any of you locksmiths probably know what it is already, but it's just to help when you're fitting a night latch. Sometimes it can be a ball ache to get the tail piece into the back of the lock. So this will just slide up behind the tail piece. Slide up behind the lock and catch the tail piece in that and get it in the right place for you to fit it. Right, so let's start here. Whee, look at these bad boys. These are my kill cards. These are drill points for various locks. Asked a little while ago about what I keep in my in my tool bags, and I've not got a huge amount on at the moment today, so I thought we'd pop to my lockup and just give you a little tour of my tool bags. I basically have two tool bags that I use on a day-to-day basis, and one is my just general carpentry tools and lock fitting tools. And the other one is my lockout bag. Now, if you've seen my van tour, I used to have a rucksack as my lockout bag, Stanley rucksack, but that's recently just kind of given up the ghost, so I've got another Stanley tote. But they're not what I want, if I'm honest. I love the Velocity Pro Gear stuff. The tool bags are made to last, and they are like proper good quality tool bags, but they do come at a bit of a cost. I think the ones that I want, you're probably looking at about 130, 140 pound each, something like that, I think. Don't quote me on that, by the way, but they are proper good quality tool bags. So I think when these totes that I'm using at the moment, these Stanley ones, when they give up, yeah, I'm probably going to go over to Velocity. I've got the Velocity van bag, which is awesome. I love it. Yeah, you can't really beat that. I know some people will probably think it's mental to spend that amount of money on just on a tool bag, but you know, I like to have nice stuff and good quality stuff. So, although I do like some cheap Chinese stuff as well, you can't beat that. Anyway, let's have a look at what's in my tool bags. Right, guys. So when I open the back door, this is what I'm faced with. So the one on the left here is my day-to-day carpentry and lock fitting bag. This one here is my lockout bag. So let's grab this one out first, and we'll take it into the lockup, as I've got my little trolley there, which is what I use for. I use this for when I'm doing van locks. Right. So like I say, it's the Stanley Fat Max open tote, which, I mean, it's all right, you know. It's got a solid base. You know, it's not a bad bag, to be fair, but it's just not the velocity that I want. Anyway, so what we got a file. This here is, these are my flat drill bits. So let's go in here, got all my flat, upside down, and the way around. There we go. So I've got all my flat bits in there, for fitting locks, fitting night latches, all that sort of thing. These, I think a couple of these in here, I use these as drilling points for, let me just show you, I think there's an old night latch here, for night latches. So if you do have to Mickey Mouse this, I use it, don't know if I'm going to be able to show you one-handed, but I use, I don't think I'm going to show you, I use it basically as a template. Let me see if I can put this down. Right. like that. So if you have to drill one of these, because you can't gain entry any other way if they haven't got a letterbox or anything like that, I use, this is a back plate for a cheap night latch. I use this as a template. You put that on there, mark the 2 holes, and that's your drilling points to get the screws out. So I always keep a couple of those in there for that. What else we got? So this has all my go-to drill bits. So metal bits, small bits, screwdriver bits. You would have seen these. These are my spring-loaded centering pilot bits. Hard plate bits over here. There's quite a few different types of hard plate bits, and this one's a new one actually. I used this on that job that I messed up a little while ago, or a few days ago. It's an end milling bit, so it's flat at the end, so then it doesn't go into the to the levers and stuff. Countersink bits. These I use for burning up UPVC doors and stuff. If you've got a UPVC door keep that you've got to move, sometimes you need to make a bit more movement, get a bit more movement in the keep, and you can just use these in your drill and it burrs that out. So that's that. It's just some grips, mole grips, brilliant out for all sorts of applications. And then actually on this side, apart from that's just a couple of mitre fix. So if I'm making good a door frame with some timber, yeah, mitre fix, and the spray I keep in my little holder up here. Mitre fast there. Right, that's that side done. This side, brilliant. I love this. This is normally stays in my pocket, but for the purpose of this video, I thought I would put it in there. But it's my Wearer screwdriver. Got all your bits in there. Yeah, I love this thing. I literally will use this daily. This end can come out as well and go into your drill if you want it to. So that's that. Little Stanley knife. I always keep a selection of screws. The amount of times it's saved me, oh God, the amount of times it's saved me going back down to the van to go and get some screws. So they are what they are on the box. So 4x30 and 4.5x40. This one here with the little window is just a selection of different screws. And look, there's one for a cylinder there, just different sizes, different shapes. It saved me so much time in the past, having to go all the way up to the van to get a screw, and I've got one in there. Right, my chisels. So in here, it is just chisels. That one should be over there. So, is it? Oh, I don't know now. Lost. These two here at the end here are old chisels, and then these are all my decent ones that I try and keep sharp. But yeah, these ones here, if I'm knocking anything out, a bit of concrete or cement, which we've all done, then I use them ones. And go up there, file. My Estwing hammer that I've had for years, as you can see, that is smooth on there. When you buy them now, they're like almost rubberized. They're nice, but yeah, I've had this year, so I'm not getting rid of that just yet. Combination square, spanner. These were a Christmas present from my stepson Brandon, which is really handy. I've got the long set of these, which is in my Lockout bag, and I really wanted another set, and you've got the stubby ones, which is brilliant. Love that. And oh, this is another Christmas present from Brandon. We're a bit set, all your different bits in there. Love it. Oh, my smoothing, no, my block plane. I might take these out, and I've got my smoothing plane in here as well. I might take these out, you know. I rarely have to use them. Sometimes when you go to a door, sometimes if I fit a lock on a door and I notice that the door's sticking, I'll just say to the customer, oh, you know, I can take a little bit off for you, but I'm getting a bit sick and tired of doing it. It can be more hassle than it's worth sometimes. Yeah, you get this little divider in these, and they got poppers there, but they're crap. That just moves all the time. That is a hacksaw blade. I don't know where my hacksaw is actually. The rest of that is just various screwdrivers. Oh, and there's a hole saw set, which is just a cheap hole saw set. In the van, I've got a proper, I've got a proper Bosch hole saw set over there. But I remember being on a job. Can't remember what I was doing, but it was fitting some sort of, you know, the locks that you get a lot in America and Australia, the handle sets. I was fitting one of them for a guy, and I didn't have the right size in my set that's in the van, so I ended up buying that cheap set, and it worked a treat, to be fair. So it's stayed in there since. So yeah, like I say, the rest of it is screwdrivers in there. In this pocket we have sandpaper. Yeah, bits of sandpaper, all different grades. Bit of wet and dry there. Bit of 120 80 grit for making good, for sanding down the making good. What else we got in here? Oh, these are useless. These are supposed to be, I can't even open the box, screw extractors, but they're absolutely useless. I'll probably take them out. Oh, these are my sharpening stones for my chisels. Keep them in there. Then moving around, we've got a multi-tool opener. My air wedge that I use just for keeping the door still, basically. Got another opener there with the end snapped off. These were my cutters that I was using before I got the Nipex ones. But these served me well, to be fair. They've done all right. They just started to struggle on the stainless steel ones. What's this in here? I think this is a little Allen key set, which if it is, yeah, it is. Don't need that anymore, so that can come out. In here, I've got a little tool bag that I can just chuck in there. And yeah, my drill, my Makita. Love my Makita stuff. I've always had Makita. Makita drills and all sorts. That just hooks on this little hook there, and that stays on there. Then we've got Bradle. Little file set. Some pencils. Nipex. Yeah, I've used these a few times now since I bought them, and they are unreal. Yeah, they make life much easier than what these were. Don't get me wrong, these were great to start with, but over time they've kind of just gone a bit blunt. So, but these bad boys, and I've got the angled ones, makes it much easier to cut the tail pieces off of night latches. This is a good little thing to have in your bag. Any of you locksmiths probably know what it is already, but it's just to help when you're fitting a night latch. Sometimes it can be a ball ache to get the tail piece into the back of the lock. So this will just slide up behind the tail piece. Slide up behind the lock and catch the tail piece in that and get it in the right place for you to fit it. A couple of pencils, nothing in that pocket. A bit of Loctite in there and some Stanley blades. That's just new Stanley blades in there. In here we've just got more drill bits. Posi and Phillips. Just in that pocket there. This is another thing I want to upgrade at some point when I can. Is at the moment I'm using these Nebo lights, which are good. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, they are really good. This one takes batteries, and I've got another couple actually. So I've got that one. I've got my big one up here, which is great. You just pull that out, and that lights up. This one's rechargeable. but it's also got the torch on the end there as well. But I would like to upgrade these to Unilight at some point. Again, probably when they give up the ghost, I'll probably upgrade them then. Just a door wedge on this side. My other impact driver just hooks on, again hooks on there, nice and easy. Let's just do that. So, more screwdrivers. You can never have too many screwdrivers. It's ridiculous actually that I carry this amount of screwdrivers when this is always in my pocket and I always use this. But you just never know. So yeah, more screwdrivers, another Stanley knife. And that is basically what is in my lock fitting bag. So I'm going to get all this put away and then I'll show you what's in my lockout bag. Right, so that's that put back in. I've taken a bit of my own advice. They're not going back in. My little block plane and smoothing plane, I barely use it anymore. And this bag's heavy enough as it is, so they are staying out. So I can go back in there. Like so. And then let's get this lockout bag. Let's get that out and have a look what's in there. Right, so let's start here. Whee, look at these bad boys. These are my kill cards. These are drill points for various locks. But that's the only one I've used out of all of these. You know I don't like drilling. And when I do, I'm shit at it anyway, if you look at my last video. There you go. They're all kill cards, so they just give you the Chubb 3G110. There's also so lever side, bolt side. There you go. So yeah, set of drill cards. I've got someone ringing me from Ipswich. I live in Brighton. I'm not answering that. These are my bump keys. Let's go back up here. So they're all rubber washers and that. Oh, that's opened. To use these, really, you kind of need to cut the. Where do they come from? Cut the shoulders off of the, or file the shoulders off of the. Not all the time, off the bump keys. Not all the time, but they work better if you. Oh my god, what is that shutting? Bump hammer, bump keys for you, and then these are all just this pack here. These are my dimple bump keys. So all different ones there. Altian, Corbin, what's that there? Garrison. And then I've got all my 5-pin just on there. 5-pin bump keys there. And then 6-pin there. And I've also got these. So when I, that's a few little bits and pieces, a few odd bits of picks and stuff. That tension tool. When I first started locksmithing, I bought this kit, which was an absolute pile of crap. It was like a little, it looked like a little pick gun, and it comes with all these dimple attachments. I mean, have we ever seen a keyway like that in the UK? Oh, I don't think so. Anyway, I haven't. Yeah, so there's all these little attachments. I just thought one day they might come in useful, but I doubt it. So anyway, they live in there. I threw the gun away. It's a load of rubbish. So that's my bump key set. Then this one here is my Dino EPG, if I can open it. Oh, my Dino manual one. Manual gun, plug spinner, tension tool, some more tension tools there, another tension tool, the EPG. I quite like this, although I think I think when probably shouldn't do that. Talk while it's on. What have we got down there? Oh yeah, some little for the 6-pin era night latches, and just little cut down keys. Tension tools under there. Yeah, I think when this one gives up the ghost, I might go over to the GJ one. I think just some spare blades. I've got some dimple ones in there as well. Yeah, so that's that. I won't put it all away now, but I'm going to move it out of the way. And then, what else we got? Just this little box of tricks. It's just got various for like electric cupboards and gas meters and all that sort of thing. So we've got a little multi-tool thing. Got a 2-in-1 pick that's filed down through a gun cabinet that I did a little while ago. Trouble is, I used it for that, and it wouldn't work on anything else. So I went over to see my mate Andy Mack. If you're watching this, Andy, I do apologise, because in the tub with your beautiful pick is a cheap Chinese piece of crap. Yeah, the Andy Mack one is that one there, brilliant, and this is the cheap Chinese piece of crap. Again, bought all these sort of things when I was. That's actually a tip that I can give you. If you're looking to become a locksmith, don't get this cheap Chinese crap. It's just rubbish. There's no point, absolutely no point whatsoever. Get yourself some tools from Andy Mack or GJ. Law Lock tools. Andy Law? I think it's Andy Law. Yeah, don't use the cheap stuff. Get some good stuff. A couple of lishies that fit about 3 different key weights. Again, I wouldn't recommend them at the moment. There's no point. These are my just my hand picks in there. Wafer pick. This is my key extraction set. You can get the cheap Chinese shit of this, actually. It's not so bad. Some of these tiny little hooks and that are pretty useful. So, key extraction set. Mallet, just in case if all else fails, just smash it with a mallet and get in that way. This is going to be awkward to open because the zip has broke. Oh, we got it. My Huck dimple set. I love this actually. This is pretty good. Again, this was only 30 odd quid from Amazon, but actually a really good set. I like that. So that's just for dimples, and there's a few tension tools in there. This is for, oh my god, what are they called? Oh, help me out here guys, if you can remember what they're called for these. Oh, Jesus. Cylinder, not cylinder, just dropped a tension tool. No, it's not, it's a Allen key for this. Oh my god, it's gone. It's gone. I can't even read this because obviously that's going to drive me mad. Anyway, these are my thumb turn bypass set. So there's 4 different ones in there. That's that. So that's this side of the bag done. Now, another file, little mini crowbar, latch bypass tool, another latch bypass tool, different size. A couple of these thin bypass tools that I don't think I've ever actually. Oh, I cut this one down for something. I think it's for a window, but I haven't used it again. Little plastic bar. Then we've got these 2 plastic pry bars, which are pretty good, quite solid actually. This is a good little tip. So in my van, I've got, let's have another look. In my van, I've got these two spreader bars, one long one and one short one. But these are really good. So these are a carpet fitter's tool, okay? They're about, I don't know, 7 or 8 quid in tool station, but they work really well as little pry bars. So I've got 2 of them. They're quite wide. Another little tip for you. Another latch tool. Another latch tool. Different handles. Here's my other Allen keys. Wearer again. I love Wearer. Wearer. Not sure how you pronounce it. Some more latch tools, different sizes. Some burring bits which are pretty useful if you're if you need to make a latch just a little bit bigger. You know, if you can't move it and you just want to make it a little bit bigger, these are pretty good. Stick them in your drill. For burring out, little centering thing. So push that on there. It makes a little. Where are you? Makes a little dent. Just do it again. Like that. For centering your drill bit in metal. And this is a code lock bypass tool. I'll keep it in that because it'll get lost otherwise. And that is it in there. So, moving around to the sides, we've got all my mica cards in here. I've got loads of different shape sizes. Handled one there. These are all brand new ones that I've not cut around. Can't remember what I used that for. Yeah, I tend to do this with my mica cards. I'll round one side off and then have a flat piece. It just gives you, like that, it just gives you a bit more option rather than it just being square. This one's a doubled up one that's laminated. Never used it. Don't do it. Don't do it, kids. Another torch, just a cheap ring one. I don't even know if this works. Yeah, it does. This here is extremely useful for getting windows open, UPVC windows, when the mechanism's jammed. It kind of slots down and goes in, and then you can tap. So if you imagine the window's locked, you can slide it down underneath it, and then you can use that to find the mechanism and then tap it, whichever way you've got to tap it. That's pretty good. Just some little pliers there. A couple of magnets. Use one of these magnets like this on my cylinder snapper's got a little magnet like that for getting the cams out. Another little magnet there. Air wedges for air bagging. More cutters. Some angled pliers there. Don't really use them that much. Another opening tool. Nothing in there. And the last little bit, got some long Phillips, posi bits there. Some more airbags, 2 more airbags. What we've got here, just some combs. Focus. Some different size combs for padlocks. Little hex screwdriver. And I think these are my jigglers. Yeah, little jiggler keys. Different sizes, different sets. And that, my good friends, is my lockout bag. Thought I should probably just mention actually that obviously this is my lockout kit. That's not everything that I use for lockouts. These are all of my dedicated picks from GJ. Apart from that one, that's the Stad and Turner pick for the 3G 114 and 114E. But yeah, I've got all of these picks, as well as there's a box here that's got tryout keys and all sorts. So it's not just that. That's not just everything that I use for lockout. This is my letterbox tool as well. So, but yeah, so that's basically my day to day. I've just pulled this out. I'm gonna have a go at picking this when I get in. This one I took off a job the other day. But that's basically my toolkit. So thanks for watching, guys. if you don't subscribe, please do. I've been looking at the Google analytics recently, and 51% of people that watch the videos don't subscribe. So it'd be really good to have you guys on board and yeah, help push the channel. And I've got a goal that I'd like to reach 500 in March. At some point in March. I've not set a date in March, but to get 500 in March would be awesome. So yeah, if you don't subscribe, please do. And thanks for watching, and see you all on the next video. Cheers, guys.